All right, I'm going to deny the motion for mistrial. It's not as if the state couldn't have gotten the testimony in an appropriate way anyway. It's not like the testimony itself is that big of a deal. But I am going to, I'm going to exclude that statement and just tell the jury to disregard the statement and any testimony that had anything to do with the statement. So let's get Mr. Sprinkle back. Did you want to put anything on the record?
I mean, you tell me. Why do you think she denied the motions for mistrial? To me, it seems obvious.
Because of the speedy trial demand. I'm convinced that the reason she did, so
unpack that.
Speedy trial so Jeffrey Williams, who was Brian Steele's client,
AKA Young Thug.
Right. They filed a speedy trial demand. So that's why the case had to go to trial so quickly. So in the state of Georgia, you don't get a speedy trial unless you actually ask for it. So we have a statute that says you have to demand a speedy trial. If you do that demand, they have to try you within 2 terms of court. Okay. So Fulton County, the terms of court are 2 months. So they had to get the jury impaneled, picked, all of that stuff within 2 terms. That's one of the reasons they were kind of hurrying it up, the jury selection, which, I mean, it doesn't seem like it was hurried up, but they did.
Right.
And we had
I know, it doesn't seem like it.
I know. Well, we had some tolling because of COVID. So there was some, we had some of those statutes were sort of stopped because of COVID. So they had some
right.
that. But essentially, they needed to have the jury sworn by a certain date. They got that done, but they don't have any time left. So if this trial goes off the tracks and it's a mistrial, they don't have any time left to retry Jeffrey Williams. So if she had granted a mistrial and she had said it was the state's fault to grant the mistrial, he essentially would have never been able to be tried. And I think that probably weighed into her decision because he's the only one that has that speedy trial. The other folks don't. But if she had granted the mistrial, it would have been really unlikely that the case could have actually gone through in the time that it needed to go. And that, unfortunately, I think had something to do with it, It
seems thank you so much that's why you're here, Ashley. Thank you so much.